Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm here with Super Any Video. Today we are back for WPL Season 7, Week 2. We are taking on Fizzle the Hizzle and the Tampa Bay Buizels this week. We both went into this battle 0-1, or 1 loss, no wins yet. And I am currently neg 1 differential. He is actually neg 6 differential after taking a huge 6-0 loss to Sohan last week, which definitely an unfortunate start. He is definitely hoping to claw back by getting a win this week, but so are we, and I'm really hoping we can do that. I'm kind of hoping we can continue like we always seem to do in WPL and go 2-1. Every season of WPL I've been in, I've been 2-1, so don't want to kind of fall off that this season. I do want to pick up these 2 wins this week and next week, and then pick up another 9 wins in the regular season. Go 11-1. I guess that's a goal until I lose again. So then it would be 10-2. Something like that. But anyway, yeah. The goal is always to try and get as many wins as I can, so hopefully we can pick up the win this week. If we can't, we're not going to be sitting in the best spot. 0-2 is not a good place to be, so we're going to try and not be there. So this game, Fizzle does bring the Levani, Lycanroc Dusk, Mega Medicham, Swampert, Steeler, and Hydreigon. And I decide to bring my Victini, my newly traded in Zorora, my Snorlax, my Bronzong, my Landawai, and my newly traded in Roserade. So his team is so scary. I just want to point out, Hydreigon, Steeler, Megamedi, and Lycanroc Dusk behind webs are extremely scary. But anyway, let's jump into this game. He leads off Levani, I lead Victini. I'm going to go for a U-turn. We do secure a crit there. It doesn't matter. He's obviously sashed, so I was U-turning to go straight into Lando anyway to try and force defogs. But yeah, he does go for web, so he makes the play that's going to happen. I'm going to defog, and he's actually going to click web again. He pretty much needed webs up in this game. I remember him saying in his team builder that webs were pretty much his main way to win. If he had them up, he felt this battle would be quite possible to win for his team, considering mons like Medicham destroy behind webs. But I'm going to just defog spam, and I realize he has way more sticky webs, so I have to go into my Victini once again as he goes for a web. And here I can just U-turn out. I am choice Scarfed, so he is not going to be able to get his knockoff off, and I'm going to go back into Landorus. Now here he goes into his Lycanroc, and I'm thinking about it, and there's like 3 plays he could make. One, he could fire off a Swords Dance, which would be terrible because I have no switch into a +2 Lycanroc with Cell Rock, Stone Edge, and Crunch. 2, he goes for a Taunt and stops me defogging, which wouldn't matter anyway because I am Scarf, so I would outspeed him. Or 3, just fires off a Stone Edge, and if he's like Life Orb, that probably does a ton of damage, and I think I may be in a Cell Rock range after. So I'm going to go for enough power, and you actually see me Oko his Lycanroc, so that was not how he hoped that would go. But now that he knows I have dual Scarfers with Victini and Lando, he can just go into Hydreigon here, and he can do whatever he wants. I thought he'd U-turn, because if he U-turned, he could gain the momentum back here. As I switch into Snorlax, he gets in Medicham, gets an attack off. Nothing on my team wants to take that. So I go into Bronzong, predicting the U-turn, and he fires off a Dark Pulse. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, I realize at this stage of the game, Bronzong isn't that useful, and Rocks would be nice to have up, but I'm gonna defog later. And I know that. I know I need a defog later, so I will be doing that later. So what I need to do here is just click Explosion. He probably knocks me out, but if he doesn't, I'm going to be able to get some huge damage on anything other than Steeler, which would take like 1%, but anything else other than that. But he goes for a Work Up. He reveals Work Up Hydreigon here, and we're actually going to do a strong 61%. So that's amazing, because I can just go into Landorus now, and he is going to go Swamp, and I'm just going to U-turn crit him. The crit doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have the extra damage. So he's going to switch in Hydra. I go for a Leech Seed. If I'd Sludge Bomb there, I actually knocked him out. So I really wish I had. But now I'm just going to go Snorlax. I do not want him Dark Pulsing my Roserade. That would be too much damage. So here he goes into a Steeler as I do go for a Body Slam. And we do hit the Paralyze. So that's a very unfortunate thing for his Steeler there. I wouldn't say it mattered in the long run, but him being paralyzed definitely hurt him here. So I'm going to go into Zorora. He actually predicts this and goes straight for an Earthquake. And this does like 80, 67 actually. A bit less than I thought. But now he still has all 4 of these mons, and they're all really high. Now, I think Swamp's coming in here, but I need Zorora. It feels like at this stage, because Aurora does beat Hydreigon and Steeler after webs are gone. It beats Steeler already, but it beats Hydreigon after webs are gone. So I need them gone, but I don't want to sack it here. So I'm just going to make the obvious play and go for Plasma Fists, as he does go into a Swampert, predicting that. So I'm going to go to my Roserade here. It's my best switch in, as he does go for Stealth Rocks, and he has his hazards up at this stage, and I'm kind of in a bad spot. I go for Leech Seed again, as he actually Earthquake crits us and knocks us out. You may wonder why I Leech Seeded. I thought there was a high chance he switched, but he stayed in that time. The EQ would not have killed before, you know, if he didn't crit, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because I would have gone for a Giga Drain on the next turn, of course, and it probably didn't knock him out. I don't know if it would have actually. I don't know if his investment, but I know he was Rindo Berry, so I think he may have lived it, but I'm not 100%. But I'm going to go into my Snorlax now. I feel like Snorlax can do some stuff here, so I'm going to just go for a Body Slam. Unfortunately, no power, but he does roar us out. And we get Lando. And at this stage, this is what I wanted. Because even though it looks bad, and Lando may drop here to a Scald, or 2 Scalds, I can defog. And he has no way to reset webs. He can get his rocks back up if he wants, but I'm going to go for a defog. And he does go for his rocks. And I know I can't keep rocks off the field, so I'm just going to go into Snorlax and try and curse up once, as he does go for a second one. And we're going to be at 91 now, and I'm just going to curse as he Scalds. It doesn't do any damage, so we're fine. And Snorlax is going to, or Roserade's going to pick up the kill here with the Leech Seed, so he's currently down 3-4, and we're in a pretty decent spot. Unfortunately, at this stage I have no Medicham switching. I really wanted to keep Snorlax because it could probably beat his other mons some way, but knowing he has Work Up Hydreigon, there's always that as well, and then Steeler isn't really the biggest threat at this stage. I have a Victini and there's Aurora in the back, so I do not feel I need Snorlax as badly. So he's going to Fake Out me, and that does nothing, but it is going to put me in his range of Drain Punch here. I think it may have been a roll before, but I don't think it always did kill. But now I can go into Victini and I can just click V-Create. His Hydreigon is not high enough to want to come in, and he actually lives that, which surprised me. He had a ton of bulk to live that, but it's fine. I can just knock him out next turn with a second V-Create, and now I'm -2 on all my stats, and he gets a free switch in Hydra. At this stage I realise he Dark Pulses, something dies, he Dracos, something dies. I'm going to sack off Landorus, because I looked at it, how do I win this? Lando isn't involved in this win, you know, if I'm looking at it and I feel that Victini and Aurora are more important, because Aurora can technically 1-on-1 both of the mons. It's banded, unfortunately, so it cannot 1v1 both at the same time, but I do believe Victini is more optimal to keep, because I still get a free Recreate on something, and that will Oko Medicham, so I feel like that's better, especially as Earth Power doesn't even hit Hydreigon. It didn't feel good keeping Lando. So I go into Landorus here. I think I'd live a Dark Pulse, but he does have the Z Draco, Z Dark Pulse, and this is going to knock me out. So I'm going to drop, and he has just got this left. And at this stage of the game, I'm just going to say this right now, this game comes down to a 50-50. Because as I'm banded, if I close combat here and he switches, I lose the game. If he switches and I close combat, he will live it, he will get a Fake Out off, and then if I go Victini, he just goes in Hydreigon and gets a Roost off the next turn after living a V-Create. So it's like, I cannot win if I make this wrong play, because if I Plasma Fists here and he stays in, he just knocks me out, and then Medicham can finish this game for him. I have to lock V-Create after that, and at -1, Medicham beats Victini. So this prediction is coming, this prediction is the game, and I'm going to predict the switch and go for Plasma Fists, as he does switch out, and this will Oko the Medicham. So that thing will drop, and he goes back to Hydreigon now. I just go Victini, I sack this off now, and then I can just lock CC and Oko him. So I'm going to V-Create here, and he knows it's over. He's not going to try and Roost Stall. He just Dark Pulses. There was no point trying to Roost Stall, since Aurora CC will always Oko, but I'm just kind of glad he didn't try it. Would have been kind of annoying. But yeah, we're going to be able to pick up a nice 1-0 victory over Fizz and move to 1-1 with a 0 differential. Hoping to be able to beat Sohan next week to actually go positive finally. We have not been positive this whole season so far. No, it's only 2 weeks, but I'd still like to move positive next week and then try and stay positive the whole season. That would be good. But GG to Fizz, a good game. That 50-50 at the end was actually really scary. And yeah, I would have been kind of upset if I'd lost that 50-50. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and goodbye.